Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning into Poetry and Prophecies Podcast. My name is Tiffany. This podcast will be centered around how your physical life ties into your spiritual life. I will also be going into some of my experiences and the lessons I've learned that might be helpful for you in your walk and your journey. Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's having a great day. So today's episode number 2, season 2, is going to be about herd mentality. So I don't know if you guys know what herd mentality is, but this is something that needs to be talked about. So I'm going to read a few things that I got offline, and then we're just going to go from there. Herd mentality, the tendency of people in a group to think and behave in ways that conform with others in the group rather than as an individual. Also, mob or pack mentality describes how people can be influenced by the majority. So I don't know if you guys have ever went through this where you're the one outside of a group and you're wondering why that is. This is what it is, this herd pack mentality. And it's for different reasons, depending on the person and the environment as well. The system is the same. Herd mentality makes us change our values or beliefs to gain approval from the group rather than endure judgment or criticism. So that can go either or. So some people will conform to this group, and some people that are in the group have already conformed because of this. Their mentality is they just have a pack mentality, which they just want to be a part of the group. So they didn't have to conform. They weren't being judged. They just want to go along to get along. So that's what came to me as well. Go along to get along. So I'm just going to read that saying because I had looked that up. So right here it says, go along to get along essentially means adopt or accept the majority's opinions / behavior of the group / person in order to become liked / accepted by the group / person. So it could be a person that's doing this to you or a group, but we're talking about herd mentality. So we're talking about the group to adopt or accept the majority's opinion. So it's like you don't even have a brain of your own. So it becomes one brain in this one group. Also, it says here, go along to get along definition, to conform in order to have acceptance and security. So I don't want to sound rude or harsh when I say this, but weak-minded people are usually in packs. I've never met, yes, we can work, strong people could work in a group, but this is not our lifestyle, if that makes sense. So we can work in a group, but then we retreat back to our life. We have lives. These people don't have a life. When people move like this mob, herd mentality, pack mentality, they don't have a life. This group is their life. And they feel like if they don't go along to get along, they're going to be the outside, the man on the outside person. Like if this resonates in your spirit, it's like you were or you are. So they don't want to be you. So this is why they'll conform to the group's ways, because they can't think as an individual, and you can. So yeah, it does differ depending on the person and the situation and the environment, that this is the reason why they're doing this to this certain individual. So there's something about this person. There's something about you that is making them want you to, you can say, conform to their ways. So they might want you to be a part of this group. And this is the problem. You don't want to be a part of the group, if that makes sense. Or there's something else, like there's some type of jealousy about you. There's something that they're jealous of that you have, something that makes them feel uneasy. Don't think because you're the person on the outs of this certain group that there's something wrong with you. No. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just an illusion. It's to make you think that something's wrong with you. So then you would want to be a part of the majority. And sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes these people are wicked. They're evil, that you don't need to be a part of their group. The question is, why is it this person that they choose to isolate? And this is it, to me, that is an experiment. So this is all an experiment, you can say. Like I said, it was an illusion, but also it can be an experiment. What can they make you do? What can they make you give up? What can they make you give into? So it's like you're the mouse in the maze, but then everyone's watching just to see the outcome of it all. Some people think that this is happening because they're a strong individual, but that has nothing to do with it, because they don't know how strong you are until this has already started. So they don't know how strong you are at first until you're able to withstand what they're doing. When I was thinking about this topic, it's like this is something that you are born with. So we're all different people. We're all different individuals, but the Lord formed us in the womb. And this is what we have to remember. So it's something about you There's something about you that you can't see, that other people they can feel, they can pick up on. And if the enemy is using them, they can sometimes see that as well. There's something about you that they don't like, and sometimes they can't even put their finger on it. They just don't like you. And this is when it stems from the spirit, because the Lord formed us all in the womb. So there's certain seeds that he's implanted in some of us. We're all chosen to do something. So we can't do some of the things the Lord needs us to do in groups. You have to be an individual. So if the Lord formed you in the womb for certain things that you can't do in a group, this is why you will never conform. This is why you can't conform even if you tried, because the Lord formed you that way. So this is not something that you can ever be. You can never be part of a pack mentality because of the way the Lord created you. He created you to be set apart. And I'm going to read scripture for that as well. So it's not like you come to the Lord and you become different. You've always been different. It's just more evident when you start walking your walk, if that makes sense. It just seems like you get punished for being a thinker. They're everywhere. So some people actually seek out to find a group so they can be a part of. This story is just coming to me. So when I was in school, when I was going to school for ultrasound, it was like when we started off the school, there was a group of girls. It was like maybe 4 of them that our seats were together. So we kind of clicked in a way. So when we passed that class, it was like another class that we were going into. Hey guys, don't forget to take a look at my description box. If you didn't know, I have subscriber-based content, which is called Diary Moments. If you're interested, don't forget to check that out. So the seats were different. So, I was taking the seats that were available. So I wanted to sit on the side. This other girl, she sat behind me, but we weren't really together in the other class. She was like in front of us, but she wasn't really part of our group, you can say. So I went to sit by the wall, and they wanted me to sit, but it was no seats. So they wanted to rearrange people so I could sit over there, but I didn't want to sit in the middle. I wanted to sit on the side. So I could see it wasn't really disconnect with me. I just didn't want to sit there. But I could tell that the vibe changed because I didn't want to sit there. And from me not wanting to sit there, it was a clash. It was a divide from that instant. So the girl that was sitting behind me, we kind of clicked. And she was kind of on the out from before. And now it was like I was on the out because of that. So it was like a divide there. And I really didn't care. At first, it rubbed me the wrong way, but it's like, what can I do? I don't want to sit there, but why can't we still talk on breaks or whatever the case may be? Why do I have to sit there? So it was just that's just a reminder. It just came to me, so I just shared it. But it's just like that. So because you don't want to do what they want you to do, then automatically you become on the outside. But then they don't move on with their life. You still are a focus. So they still want you to feel bad or want you to come crawling back. And that didn't happen. So it ended up after maybe, I think it was like a month, 2 months. It was like I just didn't talk to them. They was just still staring at me in class, making it awkward. It was just insane until a big blowout argument happened in the hallway. So it's like, it's insane. So, and some new girls that came into the class, and then they pretty much were by me, and it was just a hot mess for no reason. But that's how it is. They will disrupt your life when you don't conform to their system. And it's like they didn't know each other beforehand. We all met in the school. So, but automatically they clicked up. And if they want you to be a part of the group, and you, not saying you didn't want to be a part of the group, you just don't want to do everything in unison, then it becomes a problem. So something that little can actually cause a divide between people when they are part of that pack mentality. Why not just leave you alone? Control. They want to control someone like you, someone that someone that's an individual like you. Is like, it would give them a high to be able to control someone like you, not a weak-minded individual, a strong-minded individual. If they're able to control you, then it's like they get some type of high off of that. They feel even more important than they did before if they are able to make you conform. So it's all not a game. It's all for their ego stroke as well. But this is just the type of person that they are. It could make them feel less important when they're not able to control people, but that's just something they have to work on within them, because this is not of the Lord to be this way, to act this way, and to treat people like that. So that's just something they have to work on. That has nothing to do with you. So pretty much like the moral of this whole mob mentality, pack mentality saga is some people don't have a problem with you. They're just following people that have a problem with you. And this is the problem. So it's just they're going along with people that have a problem with you. So you feel like all these people hate you, or all these people are coming at you, or they have a problem with you, when they don't. It's just the head person. And because these people don't have their own brain, they're following the person with the brain. And that's the leader of the pack. And that's the problem. So this is when this just came to me. When you fight a bully and the bully has other people around them, and you take that bully down and everybody else crumbles, no one else comes at you, but because you're able to take down the head. If you're able to take the bully down, the head of the pack, if you notice, the minions never come step up to you. Why do you think that is? Because they don't have their own brain. They never had a problem with you. They were just following the person that had the problem with you. And if you're able to take them down, like Goliath, like if you remember when David took down Goliath, did they come or did they run? You know what I mean? Did they come up? No, they started to run. They start to run after them. So, yeah, so that was amazing. So that's a great analogy. There you go. Now I'm going to read scripture, John 15:19. If you were of the world would love you as its own. But because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. So that's just letting you know the Lord chose you for something specific, something special. If this resonates in your spirit and you have went through this herd mentality or going through it right now, there's something special about you. If the Lord chose you for something special, how can something be wrong with you? So just figure out what that is. If you don't know, take it to the Lord in prayer, figure out what your calling is and your purpose is, and then you just continue to build on that. If they cannot embrace who you are and add to your value, then let them go. All they're going to do is bring you down and dim your light, and you can't afford that. So I hope you all enjoyed the episode. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Until next time, we'll talk soon. Bye. Okay guys, don't forget to take a look at my description box. But first, if you didn't know, I have subscriber-based content, which is called Diary Moments. If you're interested, don't forget to check that out. The rest of the description box entails both my Etsy shops, Poems of Life Candles and Poems of Life by Tiffany. You can also sign up for my newsletter on my website, poemsoflifecandles.com, to be the first to know about new products, sales, giveaway, pop-up shops, and more. And don't forget to follow me on any app of your preference, so you'll be the first to know when I upload a new episode. And if you can, please leave a review. 5 stars or a thumbs up will be awesome. And let me know what you think, if you like the episode or have any questions about it. Thank you all for supporting me. Until next time, talk soon.